Well, I've just seen a little bit of fizzing just off the corner of that island over there. Not too sure whether the other anglers seen it, but I've definitely seen a few little indications that there's fish there. Apart from that, I haven't seen nothing down this end of the lake. But maybe if we get a bad draw, that may be an option.
That's me.
That's me.
Are you on the old cam? Oh god, it's such a homo.
Right.
I said to him, man, I said, fuck him, was down. Last time I was down, I think it was on B1 or right now.
B1?
Yeah. Have you recorded me now?
No.
You nonce. Itty!
Look at all that fucking yeah.
Just so some of you really often remember what it sounds like.
I don't look today, sound like my Sonic. I'm used to me and everybody else is out.
So we've got. Have we got any people missing? Yeah. Gareth?
Thought you was.
Is Gareth here, Susan? Is it? Oh, they've both gone together?
Last day at the draw.
Don't look good for them too. For 40 minutes, and I'm thinking, please, I just want to go home. I don't want to leave the lads. We picked number 20. Oh, that's empty. Yeah, someone had turned up. Trev Matthews? Yep.
Yeah, man.
13 then?
Yeah, it went first too.
Do they?
Yeah. It did. All them down this side gone.
Have they? Two still good.
Still available, and opposite, which is 13. So them three there are pretty good.
Some you sure they've all gone?
Yeah, some of them are gone now. 14. That's a half a decent one.
Next
Number 9. All right, yeah. Sean Bickford.
Oh, you bastard. Just shouting me numbers, you cunt.
I think you're
On the haze barb, micro barb, yeah, that's absolutely fine. It's just barb and something.
What you got, kid?
14. You want the one next one for us, don't you? There's no one there.
I don't want to go 12.
just picking out the short man, Sean. Kelly Harper.
Fucking hell, man. Painful.
You're not going to get drawn out till last hour, mate.
Painful, eh?
I can't believe it.
Big Al now, Big Alan together.
Well, they're together, they've got Bivvy together, yeah.
Two gone.
So they need a pig together. They've got
Lucky fuck.
And I forgot his Bivvy anyway.
14 is good though.
Yeah.
Sleep in the stars anyway, to roast them.
There's number 2 on your list.
I've got a shroud there if you need it.
I might just come and have a social rather than going to.
What you on, Kel? 12.
Oh, that's it there. It's all gone.
This is you now too, watch. He must have hands in him looking. There's only one left, there's only one left.
Hey?
There's only one left. How is it?
It's 28 people.
I need to have a look what's gone.
Yeah, and then if you are proactive, you can catch more fish.
It's only 7 because they're all chucked them, you see.
Go on then, get that.
The double pigs on the hairs are taken to someone else.
Yeah.
It's double. It's a different swim.
7 will be along our road. And then you can just, as you say, you can sit.
Why we only after hairs?
You can have we don't have something. Yeah, 7 there, we're all here.
Not really.
So it's up to you.
We'll
if you
go
want to
anywhere.
somewhere else.
We'll go anyway now, I'm
7 you buy
desperate.
us.
They all fish now.
Now they know. Now they know. Now they know.
Look at the drawing book.
Yeah, man. I like to. I've got to give you 2. Yes. Number 2.
2 on where?
My like.
Mainly number 2.
Yes.
Is that what you
Well, good evening. Welcome to Chasing Chunks TV and welcome back to my video blogs. And after a short period away due to work commitment, I am finally back out on the bank for a 72-hour session on this lake exclusive booking down at Merrington Carp fishery in Shropshire. Now, this has been booked through Euro Fishing on Facebook. I wasn't actually a member of that group until my good friend Sean Bickford, aka Mr. Ding Dang Do from Angel Lakes, and a couple of the other guys tagged me into a post regarding this lake exclusive booking. Due to one of the other anglers cancelling, I picked up the ticket and here I am today for the next 72 hours on a bank holiday. Now, I was here at 9 o'clock this morning, pretty early. We were going to have a draw at 11 o'clock, but it gave me time just to have a little bit of a walk around, do a little bit of scout around for a couple of hours and look at some of the likely swims that I want to be fishing. However, the draw wasn't kind to me and I was almost but last coming out of the draw. It was very frustrating to see my top picks literally go, which was 3, 4, 5, 12, 13, 14 and peg 2. Now you join me actually in peg 2 because after watching all them swims go, my name finally come out and I didn't even have to have a look at the map to know where I wanted to be. I just went 2, I'll be in 2. And he says, you want to have a look? No, I'm in 2. And I can't believe that this swim wasn't picked earlier, because not only does he command a lot of water, there's a lot of features to fish to, and you've got a little bit of an island down to the left hand side, you've got a channel which goes through, which is very, very popular, and you've got the edge of the island as well to fish to where I've seen fish. When I come to have a look around earlier on, I seen a fish roll out onto the reed line opposite, and I've seen it again a few times throughout the day today. Now I didn't pick up the camera putting the rods out because it has been literally scorching and I didn't want to mess around with my camera. I wanted to get these rods out as soon as I could before I started to cook, and I wanted to get back in the bivvy as soon as possible away from the sun, so I've had to wait until now for the sunlight just to drop down and this wind just to push in to make it a little bit more manageable on the bank and being able to chat to you guys. So because it is a lake exclusive booking, you are allowed to use a bait boat. So I bought a bait boat with me, which is always going to make things a little bit easier because I've put them rods out pinpoint on the spots just as it comes off the island, because it has got an echo sounder that I can actually pinpoint where I want them rigs to be. We'll have a look at bait, we'll have a look at rigs and my tactics a little bit later, but I want to catch one first before I start to preach about what I'm doing. So enjoy the rest of the time on the bank. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and also give it a subscribe if you like this, and at the end of this video be appreciated if you give it a thumbs up. But for now I'm going to enjoy the rest of the evening. I think Sean's just going to come round, and we'll have a little bit of a social for a couple of hours, and then look forward to the temperatures dropping and going into this night tonight and in the morning. I think the days on here are over just because of the sheer heat, and you ain't going to get much action. I think it's going to either happen late evening, in the night, or first thing in the morning. But until then I'll obviously pick up the camera accordingly, but for now I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll see you a little bit later. Hope you enjoy it. Bye bye. Unfortunately, this morning period's come and gone. The sun's out and the rods are now in. No fish, obviously this morning. A little bit disappointed. I've been told that there's a couple of fish come off peg 6, which is down on that prevailing wind, but that's due to turn round and push down here tonight. So whether that make any difference, but I'm gonna have a little walk around the lake. I'll go and see Sean and have half an hour around there with him, and then get back around here and have a little bit of a change up and a little bit of a rig position change. Probably put one out into open water where I've seen that little bit more activity this morning. Didn't really see anything around the islands, so I'm going to try and capitalise on that, and hopefully within the period of today, tonight and first thing in the morning, maybe me changing things around will make the difference. But for now, I'm going to go around the lake and I'll see you a little bit later. Bye bye.
Right, so I'm looking for a drop off on here. I don't know whether you can see it because obviously the glare off the light. But off the island, it drops off to a little bit of a deep spot. Just see where I've dropped the bait. So second rod going out, basically the same as the first rod that we've just put out, but this time I've got a yellow wafter inside that solid bag, hence I'll put a little bit of sweet corn in there as well. Just top it off with a little bit of hemp oil. This is just to give it a little bit more attraction on the lake bed. Keep that scent going into the water a little bit longer. And the leaves are for decoration. Well, the leaves are there just basically for the particle not to melt the solid bag as it goes out. Good evening, 9:30, and thankfully the end of today is coming. Got to be honest, I've not had the best days fishing today due to that bloody bait boat, which has stressed me out. Reeled in round about 11 o'clock, had a walk around the lake as I usually do midday, had a chat with the other anglers, had a chat with Kelly over on the other bank, got back round here around about 12 o'clock and I proceeded to put the rods out. I thought, well, I'm going to be clever, I'm going to try and use the autopilot function. Now, unlike the Actor which I used before, which is literally buttons, ever so easy, probably 2 touches and it's going out on your spot. This one, you've got to go through different options to do it, which I did. Thought, oh clever, I've got it and I've sorted it. Went out and decided to do a Need for Speed drift out in the middle of the lake and decided to keep going like that. Well, after a load of messing around, a load of internet searching, managed to find the problem, managed to get the rods out, and probably around about 2 o'clock I got it all settled. But I was never actually happy with where them rods was positioned. I don't think that autopilot worked correctly. I sat here twiddling my thumb thinking I ain't happy with them rods. So I'll give it an hour. The wind turned around, there's a lot of fish showing out in front of me, and I thought, well, sorry, so I'm going to put them back out on the spots, bring them in and represent them out there and try and get them a little bit more precise to where I was fishing, where I wanted it. So once again, I brought the bait boat in, messed around with it for a couple of hours and finally got the rods out where I want them. So 8:30, I'm finally sat down, finally relaxing, and hopefully as we go into tonight, for my efforts of being messed about by that thing, hopefully we'll have a fish.
But for now, I'm going to relax, chill out, and finally get some quality time behind the rods and enjoy the evening. So for now, guys, good night. Well, thankfully we've got one. After a very frustrating day yesterday with the Baitboat, the open water spot where I was seeing them this time yesterday, where I put a rod on there yesterday evening, has produced this one. Let's have a look at it. That is a result. Right, the rod's gone back out and we are fishing once again. So let's get this back and send it on its way, and hopefully throughout the day today there may be a few more like this to come. But even if they don't, I'm more than pleased with that. Good morning, first brew of the morning, and thankfully our first carp for the video blog. 29.12 it coming at, so that is a proper result. However, I didn't say on the camera that was actually the second bite of the morning. I received a take on the open water spot again around about 3 o'clock this morning. Played it in, it went down to the right hand margin because I've got 9-foot scope, so I was reaching out just to try and bully it away from the reeds, and I just slackened off just for a second just to get a better angle on it, and unfortunately the rig come without the fish. Because we're using barbless down there, then any little bit of slack that you give them, there's always that potential for that hook to drop out, and that's what happened. Put the rod back out on the spot, put a little bit of bait in the hopper of the Baitboat, and at first light this morning we got that fish. So I am very, very, very grateful after having a very, very frustrating day yesterday, but my smile is back on my face. So I'm going to go through this morning's period and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And again, around about 11:30 I'll really have a walk round and I'll reset the rods again for the next evening, and obviously into tonight when it comes. But for now, bruise up, smile on my face, bye bye. Well, I've just taken my rod off the channel, just reeled it in, and I've put it down this side of the channel, and I'll show you exactly why in a minute. Multiple carp showing, and there's quite a few of them, so hopefully I'll pick it up, because there's literally a lot of dolphins out there at the moment, so I'm going to try and capitalise on that. And I've put the solid bag out with a bit of bait on the bottom, nice and stealthily with the bait boat. Drove it as slow as I could and just drifted it down on that wind, and got to where I wanted to be and dropped it on the heads. Boom. And that is why I'm fishing where I'm fishing now. So over and out, just gone 9:30, so it's going to start dropping dark soon. But as you can see, there is multiple fish out there. There's just another one that's shown just at the back. Right, well, we just dropped into dark, and that rod that I moved earlier on, because I've seen them showing fish, has produced the bite. 17-pound 3 mirror. Nice scaly one as well. So very, very welcome. Right. Let's put this bomb back, and hopefully a few more tonight. Well, good morning. 5:30 in the morning, and as the sun just pops its head up over the opposite bank, then I'm just reflecting on last night's chaos. The bivvy is literally turned over after having that first fish, and that's due to this, the Sun Blesser head torch. Now, I usually use my Ridge Monkey one, but unfortunately I left it at home, and I always have this in my bag as a backup. But unfortunately this one failed on me last night, and the battery just can't hold the charge, and it can't hold the light on for longer than a couple of minutes, so that's going in the bin. I had to use a Ridge Monkey bivvy light to try and find stuff as a lantern, and doing so I've literally flipped everything over trying to find stuff that I would have found with my head torch. So yeah, that's £17 mirror, £17.3, and then shortly after putting the rod back out and struggling to put it out due to not having any light, I had another take on the same rod, but I have to question whether that was a carp, to be fair, because just the way it was tapping on the rod tip and just how quick it was, I think it might have been a big roach. If it was a carp, it wasn't a very big carp, because it did move a little bit of water, and it wasn't a particularly big movement of water when it did come up. So yeah, I lost that one anyway, so it don't matter. Got to pack up around about 9:30. Got to be off for 10 o'clock. So I've got a couple of hours just having a slow pack down. I'll leave the rods out, and I'll probably won't update the video blog again unless something does. Now this will probably be my last intro. Not a particularly good vlog in all honesty, but hopefully you enjoy what I'd have put by and put on camera. But yeah, I just haven't had my head into this vlog at all. Stressed out with the Baitboat, which in all honesty is starting to grow on me. Now I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on, and if I don't see you a bit later on with an update, then I'll see you on another video with me. So it's a bish bash bosh, keep it tosh, wet nets, tight lines, and I'll probably see you on the next video, or if I don't see you shortly.